families, I absolutely love it. That is amazing. We was able to pull it off this year. #1 manager and #1 agent in the country, all in May. Great job, TMG, Cass, kick, major, butt, May's over. Guess what? We're all bums again. That's it. We're all bums. It's all over. We celebrate. Now it's time for us to start all over. Great job. Give you guys a round of applause. That's unbelievable. But before we get started, we got some cash to give away. Come on up here, Mr. Hassan Graham. Come on up here, man. Yes, yes, yes. Come on over here. Come on over here. Get you settled in here. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Where the money at?
Yeah, great job, man.
Money at?
That's the only color you can have, huh?
No, black wasn't working.
Oh, we just did $2.1 million. And we couldn't get black ink. Somebody said, Troy, use your finger. Somebody said, Troy, use your finger. Everybody get out. Get out. All right, man, I want to cut myself. All right, man. I want to present to you this check contest winner, Mr. Hassan Graham, for doing your thing this month. TMG, here you go, brother. Go on inside right here. All right. Yeah. $16,000. That's all you, all cash. That's your money for actually going to work. Yeah, it's your money. You can keep my check. Great job, my friend. You did your thing, man. This is awesome. He broke the record with the company, and he made money to boot. An extra, let me get this right, guys, an extra $16,000 on top of the 82 grand in production. Okay, we will see you in September. We know you ain't going to work no time soon. I'm just messing. I know how you roll. I know. Actually, he got appointments tomorrow. He ain't playing around. You can't say that to you. That's amazing. I know you got a few words that you would like to speak, a couple, but you will be speaking at Dave & Buster's also. So if you got a couple, you just want to thank everybody, and I definitely want to let you talk to Dave & Buster's.
Dave & Buster's, where's it at?
Oh, Dave & Buster's. Tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Please make sure you guys are there. We do have chicken wings, Brady.
Hurry up.
Yeah, pizza bites and everything.
If you want some, I'll save you some.
So yeah, I know you got a couple of words. I'll hold your check for you while you speak. Go ahead, man.
Can I hold your
I'll
money?
just say this. Yeah, you can hold it because that's not the real check.
It is. Take this to the bank.
Uh,
Listen, no. It's a Flintstone check. They take this at the bank, man. Go on, bro.
Actually, you know what? No, I want to lose that check.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, this is the real check.
I got 3 wallets.
When you write it down,
That's the real check.
Yay!
All right, that's the real check right there. Well, I'll just say a couple things.
Hold it steady. Let me get a picture.
One of the things that Troy just said, he said I just made this money and now I'm gonna take off for a couple months. You know what's crazy? That's actually one of the reasons why I broke this record. Troy actually, he said on the call, there's always the little things people, it's always the little things that people say to me or about me that drives me and fuels me to, just take things all the way over the top. Troy said something about, and I know how Troy works. I know how he functions.
You got a trophy all year.
Say that again?
You said you ain't got a trophy all year. Don't be scared of him.
I think part of that was the reason, being in celebration mode, I had an excuse for every month, January, February, March. The Eagles just won the Super Bowl, so.
You went to the Super Bowl?
And I went to the Super Bowl.
Parade.
Yeah, and a parade.
You ain't go to work?
However, every month I still did over 20, so I was still putting money in my bank account. So. Now see, I guess he trying to get me to do 100 next month. You see this right here? You see this?
Loser!
You see this?
You're a disgrace. No one likes you.
2,000 is embarrassing.
I actually just got a couple people I just want to thank real quick. Okay, got all this information in my phone. I usually don't get nervous, but this was a big month for me. It was a huge month.
No doubt.
Writing 82,000 $777. I didn't set out to write that business. When I entered this contest, I didn't say, I'm gonna go out and write 82,000. What I did set out to do was follow my Y factors, and my Y factors actually led me to do what I did and do it with no pain. Now, my number one Y factor wasn't money. Okay, if my number one Y factor was money, I probably would have stopped at 40. You know, but I had other Y factors and other things driving me, which I'll get into in a minute. But I want to thank some people that was in the contest. Nikki, thank you for your trash talking, you know, because that helped me.
She gets you going, don't she?
Oh yeah. Okay, I want to thank Eugene, Jordan, the Count. Where is the Count?
Oh.
I want to thank Trev. I want to thank Avalon. Is he here?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Okay, I want to thank Carmen, Craig Williams, who actually paid me. Thanks, Craig, wherever you are. I think Craig left.
He left. He got to go to work now.
Okay, Synovia, who actually paid as well. Thank you. Tony, Tara, Raheem. Okay, where's my man Raheem at? Oh yeah, that's my man right there. Carl.
He didn't pay.
Oh, he didn't pay me yet, but I know his word. You know, I know he will.
Hey.
August.
Get his driver's license, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, get his driver's license, bro.
Okay. Okay. All right. And that's pretty much everyone in the contest. I usually shoot from the hip. You know, that's when I'm at my best when writing. I mean, when up talking like this. But again, this month was huge. You know, I want to thank God and big ups to TMG for this record-breaking month, 2 million as well. Big ups to everyone who I inspire doing what I do out here in the field. You know, special thanks to everyone who entered the competition to go up against me. I just named you all. You know, you guys rock. All of you guys who were in this contest with me, you guys rock. You know, you now all share a piece of that new Beamer I got sitting outside. Okay, that I just purchased. You all gave me the down payment money for that, so thank you very much.
Come here, baby seal. Is that a puppy?
By the way, though, Jessica actually drives that car. You know, she put more miles on that thing than I did so far. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. So I guess it's hers.
It's a good problem to have.
Initially, when I first entered this contest, you know, believe it or not, I wasn't driven by money. You know, I was pulled in Florida, driven by just competition, bragging rights, and the opportunity to shatter a record and prove to myself that I can write over 60 grand again. That was my goal. So that's what I want to, that's what I want to talk about a little bit. My goal in Florida was to brainstorm on how I can set out to write 60. Okay.
You didn't even want in.
Hmm?
You didn't even want in.
He was asleep.
Oh no, I didn't want in because I was in cruise control mode. You know, I was just chilling. You know, I came downstairs and you guys pulled me right in, and that's pretty much what it was. Now, writing 60 grand a month, you know, I did it before, but I did it once. And since that day, I've been trying to find other Y factors. You all, most of you know me, I'm driven by Y factors and they change constantly. My numbers are consistent, but what's going on inside of me is my Y factors change month in and month out. We all have our default Y factors. Money, children, family, you know, stuff like that. You know.
Food.
Yeah, food, great. But my Y factors change month in and month out. And honestly, for 3 years, since July 2014, I didn't have a Y factor strong enough, hear me out, to go out there and do what it took to write 60 grand. I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of production. You have to work every day. You have to, you got to put in 10, 12 hours a day in order to do that amount of production. So I didn't feel like committing to what it takes to hit that number of 60 grand. The contest wasn't enough, Okay, when it, because I figure if I write 50, I'll be right in the mix of everyone else. You see what happened? The runner-up wrote 50 grand. I knew I can do that. Yeah, 53, but I knew what I had to do, like I needed something else other than winning 16 grand. I have 16 grand in my bank account. So again, if money was my strongest Y factor, earning $16,000, I would not have won this contest. Okay, hear me out. If money was my number one Y factor, I would not have won this contest. And since I started in this business, money has never been my number one Y factor. So they changed. So it became, okay, let me write 60. Let me beat my own record of 62,000, something like that. So I set out to write 64,000. That was a goal. The problem as an agent and a manager, we all do this. We all set goals and expectations. But what happens is we don't set commitments to hit that goal.
Wow.
Okay, does everyone understand what I'm saying? That's a global problem in life. We all set goals. Just think about every single goal that you've ever set in life. But let's just tunnel vision and keep it in this business. Think about the last goal you set in this business, or better yet, think about the last goal you didn't hit in this business. Why didn't you hit that goal? Did you set commitments? If you set those commitments, did you take those commitments seriously? Because if you didn't, it was never a commitment from Jump Street. And that's usually the problem. I knew what I had to do. First of all, I'm not perfect, but one thing that I'm very strong at is when I set a goal, I hit it. I hit it. Okay, I have my weaknesses, but when I set a goal, I sprint through it. That's how I hit 80. I run hard until I hit the goal. I can't hit those goals without commitments under those goals. That's the key. Commitments. Now, your commitments are small compared to the ultimate goal. But you have to have a set of commitments set in order to hit that one goal. So here, I won't get into all of them, but these were a couple of my commitments that I set for myself. First of all, when I hit 60, how did I do it? Same concept. I'm a very organized person. I went back 3 years and looked at my notes. Seriously, when I hit 60, I've been dying for reasons to go back and look at my notes, look at my commitments that I had set. July 2014, what were my commitments back then? Because I knew I had to match that and also add to it in order to plow right through it. Meaning, because back in July of 2014, my goal was not 62,000, it was 55. So I knew in order to hit 62, my commitments had to be a little stronger so I can bust right through it. So I'll just go over a couple real quick. One of them was, can I sustain working 7 days a week? Can I do it? Can I do it 7 days a week? Am I set up right now to work 7 days a week? I'm brainstorming. I'm in Florida. I'm going up in my room. I'm brainstorming. I'm by myself. Can I do it? Can I work 7 days a week? First I said no. So I was battling back and forth about, should I go in this contest? It wasn't about y'all. It wasn't about being scared. It was me versus me.
Amen.
At that point. Okay, because I knew if I can defeat me, I can defeat anybody in this room. Period. Because that's really what the battle was about. Okay, and for those who know me, when I say it was me versus me, it was 6 versus 9, you know what I'm talking about. That's what this was about. Can I work 7 days a week? First I said no. Okay. Well, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want this? Because right now, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to enter this contest. You know why? Because I'm not entering this contest to lose. Period. Second place is the first loser. And I will not lose. So, reading that, working 7 days a week. Okay, yes, I checked it off. Yes, okay. How am I going to work 7 days a week? Planning. So my planning started then. Childcare, other things. You know, I'm pretty much taking care of my little nephew son now, which is my son. So I have all these other things going on. Okay, so I got those things in place. Also, can I, I'm used to scheduling one appointment a day. Can I commit, no matter what it takes, instead of one confirmed appointment a day? Juan said it, I focus on appointments and not good checks. That's me. When I learned how to work smart instead of hard all the time, I figured out that my focus needs to be on appointments and not checks, because if I have confirmed appointments, I get in front of a person, it's a wrap. I'm going to get the check. Okay? So instead of one confirmed appointment, can I commit to 2 confirmed appointments a day? When I wrote 55,000, it said 1. So now I need to commit to 2. Can I do it? That means that I would have to do a hell of a lot more phone sessions in order to get 2 appointments a day. So I say yes, I check that off. Anyway, there were a couple other commitments that I needed to go through, and at that point, I said to myself, yes, 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 yes. Now, am I focusing on my goal?
No.
No. I'm focusing on these commitments. I'm down here focusing on these commitments. Okay, I have these commitments. I'm going to commit to it. If I can just commit to these things right here, I'm going to by default hit that goal.
Wow.
Okay, am I looking at the goal right now? No, I'm looking at my commitments. That's my focus. I'm going to focus on my commitments every single day. Every day. And before I knew it, I looked up, I was at 60 grand. Now it's more to the story, but that's the short story. Okay, it's a hell of a lot more to the story. Okay, I mentioned that I'm not driven by money. Okay, I don't want to get off track. Okay, I believe in divine intervention. Okay, I believe in free will. Okay, I'm a very spiritual person, and I also believe in numbers. Okay, so, and I also believe in timing. Timing meaning we go through things in life where it, it sets us back. But we have to find out what, and I won't get into details with this because I don't want to lose. You all know I lost my brother, and that was tough on the family, and I was going through some things. So some of you know, some of you don't, and I feel like I'm strong enough now to talk about this last part. Some of you know that the last 3 weeks of my brother's life, I didn't talk, we weren't speaking. That was rough. That was rough. And it was all over money. And I'll just, I know we live and stuff like that, so I don't want to go into detail about that. It was all over money. The point I'm making is, the decisions that I made during those 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I regret. Okay, I allowed sibling emotion to get in between blood. Okay, I took for granted that one day I may go and he may go. You know, free will. You know, I talk about free will all the time. And my brother, you know, I'm pretty much ignoring his calls and his texts because of a decision he made. And I made the mistake by what I just said, ignoring his calls and texts. And what happened was, just like that, he was gone. Just like that. And the last thing I said to my brother, which I won't get into, is my regret. The reason why I'm bringing that up is, you know, I needed to find a way to release that, to know that my brother forgives me. All right? Okay, I needed to find a way. You know, you all want to know how I hit 82,000? I mean, I'm telling you right now. Okay, how am I able to get myself to a point where I don't feel pain and I'm able to go out there and work 10, 12, 14, 15 hours a day with a certain mindset. So, right before this contest started, this is a true story, y'all. True story, true story. When this contest started, I think we was talking about sandbagging a little bit. You know, it was like in April, like the last couple of days in April, and then Troy scheduled the call, right, so that we can talk about the rules, and some of the rules changed. That night, I got on my knees, and I found a way, you know, I found my biggest wow factor in this whole month, that night, because I felt like I needed something else to drive me to go out there and put up these numbers that I was able to put up. I got on my knees, and I asked God, I said, listen, I'm battling something. I need more than just faith. Okay, I was frustrated because of the situation with my brother. I'm tired of relying on faith. You know, I'm just keeping it 100. We're not perfect. I was upset. I was upset with God. I was upset with myself. Excuse me. I was upset with a lot of different things. I got on my knees and I said, God, I'm tired of relying on just faith. I need proof that you exist. Okay, I get weak too. I'm telling you. I said, I need proof that you exist. Prove to me right now, I'm in this contest. I need to win. It is what it is. I need to know that my brother forgives me and that he's with me. Okay, and and I said, and I prayed. I said, allow me to help everybody that I come in contact with. It's crazy how we say things in life and we pray for things, and it's crazy how God can and He will give it to us, right? That's what happened to me. I said that, I prayed it out of frustration. God heard me. Month started. First week. First week I was able to help everybody. Every single body that I sat with, I was able to help. I knocked on your door. Listen, if I knocked on your door last month and you opened it, I got a check from you. That happened the whole first week. The entire first week that happened for me.
I went to several people and said, Mr. Graham already helped me. I said, okay.
That literally happened the entire first week. Okay, and I'll just rewind it just a little bit. I said, God, show me these signs. If I'm able to do this, show me signs, then I know my brother's okay, and he forgives the fact that I didn't come to him and say it's cool, it's just money. Because my brother and I always bounced back easy. That's just the type of relationship we have. And I'll just say this real quick. I remember our first big fight. We always fought over small stuff and big stuff. We had a fight where we were actually fist fighting, and he broke my Boyz II Men CD, and I was so upset and mad, and the cops came, my mom was mad and frustrated and stuff like that. But here's the point I'm making.
Not the boys and men.
That's a serious offense.
Yes, don't break my Boyz II Men CD, especially the Evolution. I mean, that was the, he took my Boyz II Men CD, and he got so mad he flung it up against the wall and it shattered. And it was no holds bars from there. It was fighting. Anyway, we bounced back from that the same day. That was our worst fight. That night, we was chilling in front of the Chinese store, eating French fries, talking about who hit the hardest. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Anyway, just to get back to my point, I needed the assurance, so I found a way to merge that with this contest, with breaking my record and stuff like that, and divine intervention and all that stuff. None of it had anything to do with money. The first week that went by, I helped everybody. The second week that went by, I helped everybody. Before I knew it, the first week into the month, I was already at 20,000, right? The first week I was at 20, and I kept going. Okay, I kept going, like my numbers were climbing, and by the third week, I'm sitting there like, this is really happening. I'm helping every single body. I'll get all the way to the end. I didn't know that I hit 69 apps until the current issues came out the last day of the month. That's where I stopped. So I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, all right. I didn't know that this number right here, 82,777, yo.
Woo! Say it. Say it. You all right.
I can get that much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know this was the date my brother passed away.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, you all know how for those who know me, you all know what this number means to me, number 9. I mean, it means, the devil's defeated. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I get it. Okay, these are my answers. Okay, I'm getting my answers from God. I don't care what you believe in something or you're gonna fall for anything. So I'm sitting here like, okay, God, all right, I hear you, you exist. He forgives me. It is what it is. I went all month and I'm using the energy of every single body I sat with. I helped. There was not one house in the month of May that I didn't help somebody. I helped them all. All of them. All of them. Okay, I'm going to take it a step further. Okay, I'm gonna take it a step further. Now, this next thing, it means everything to me. Some people may not understand it, but I'm gonna walk you through it anyway, because these are the things that drives me to keep going. Okay, if I want to go out and write 50 grand next month, I'm going to do it based off of this next thing I'm about to tell you. Somebody pull out a calculator for a second. Okay, now this is where it gets deep to me. This is where it gets deep. Okay, if you take this number,
99.
okay, now mind you, I helped every single one, and that was my focus. My focus. To confirm the appointments, help every single person. Okay, that's what I asked for. If you take this number and divide it by 69, okay, what do you get?
1199.66666667.
Okay, all right, now that's the average DNP. I was more interested Now, I wasn't interested in the money. Follow me on this. At this point, when I sat up in my hotel room last night, I called Jessica, woke her up. She thought something happened. She thought something done happened. I called her up at 2 in the morning, and I said, do this for me, do this for me. Wait, now mind you, if I was focused on the money, I would be focusing on this number, because this is the money after everything is said and done that I would have put in my pocket, right? But my focus was on helping people. So I took it a step further, right? I took it a step further and I said, I'm gonna divide this number by 12. That's gonna give me my average premium per person. And that number is 99.97. And I said, wait, well, all right, cool. This is meant to be 99.9. That's me. That's me. When I think of that number 9, like my blood boils. My oh man. And that 7, you know, when that number is rounded off, that's these 7s. That's what drove me all month. So it's snowball effect. And after everything was said and done, I'm standing tall, looking at a number, 82,777. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I'll let you all go. If I set out to write $82,000, I wouldn't have been able to do it. If I set that as my goal, it would have been impossible for me to hit it, in my opinion. But I set out to write 63, 64. I had my commitments, okay? And I included my own divine intervention. And at the end of the day, I put more money in my pocket in 1 month than I ever did in my life. Okay, if you ask me how much money I deposited into my bank account this month, I wouldn't be able to tell you, because I didn't look. I didn't care. I didn't care because I had other focus. I had other things I was focusing on. I was getting answers to questions that I needed so that I can not slip into a state of depression. That's how I hit this number. That's how I hit this number. You all want to know how I did it? I had Y factors greater than money. I'm telling you this from the blood in my veins. We all go through issues, but we got to find ways to make it work for us and not against us. That's where I'm going. We have to. We got to find ways to make our issues work for us and not against us. And don't let it kill you. Don't let it spoil your vibes. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you to a point where you want to quit. You know, every time I look at this number, first of all, every time I look at these numbers before this contest, I would cry. But now I have reasons. Now I feel joy. You know, now I feel acceptance. You know, now it's just a different feeling to me now. You know, now I don't have to go. You know, and as a result, the money. You know, when you don't focus on the money and you focus on helping people, this is the stuff that happens. So, you know, I can go on and on and on, but I'm gonna stop there. I just want to say this one thing. Just focus on winning. Don't quit. And just be consistent in this business. That's the key, consistency. And don't let nothing or no one make you feel like you can't do this business. Okay, if I can put up these numbers and you all use things outside of money, and you know, what you focus on expands, you all can put up these numbers too.
Go. I can do the
That's
7-7.